There's an old man I see every morning on my walk to work. He wears a bright orange jacket, the kind road workers wear. But he's not fixing potholes or directing traffic. He just stands at the same street corner, rain or shine, nodding at people as they pass. At first, I barely noticed him. The city is full of characters, street musicians, bus stop philosophers, people shouting at invisible enemies. He was just another face in the morning blur. But one day, as I hurried past, he looked straight at me and said, "Morning. Hope today's a good one for you." I nodded back, muttered something polite and kept walking. But for some reason, that small moment stuck with me. It felt unusual, personal. The next day, he was there again. Same orange jacket, same friendly nod. And the next day, and the next. I started expecting him. On mornings when I was running late and had to take a different route, I'd catch myself wondering, is he still standing there, still greeting strangers? Curiosity got the better of me. One evening, as I walked home, I saw him sitting on a bench feeding pigeons. I decided to introduce myself. "Hey," I said, "I see you every morning." He chuckled. "Yep, been standing on that corner for 10 years. I sat down next to him. "Why?" He tossed another crumb to the pigeons. "Used to work in construction, got hurt, couldn't do it anymore, didn't know what to do with myself. One day, I stood on that corner, just watching people. Someone smiled at me, so I smiled back. Next day, I did the same thing, kept doing it." "That's it?" I asked. "You just stand there?" He nodded. "You'd be surprised how many people don't hear a kind word all day." I didn't know what to say. It sounded so simple, almost ridiculous, but I couldn't deny it. His greeting had brightened my mornings. Over the next few months, I made it a habit to stop and talk. He told me about his old job, the injury that forced him to quit, the wife he lost to cancer. He talked about loneliness, about feeling invisible. Standing there saying hello makes me feel like I still have a purpose. One day, he wasn't there. I figured he was sick or taking a day off, but then a week passed, then two. I asked around. A cafe owner nearby told me he had passed away. Heart attack. For the first time, that street corner felt empty. Not just physically, but in a way I hadn't expected. I missed the man in the orange jacket. A few weeks later, as I walked to work, I caught myself slowing down at that corner. An older woman walked past looking tired. Without thinking, I nodded and said, "Morning. Hope today's a good one for you." She looked surprised. Then she smiled. "You too." And just like that, I understood. The old man hadn't been wasting time. He hadn't been doing something small or pointless. He had been showing me, showing all of us, that the tiniest gestures matter. That kindness doesn't need a grand stage. Some lessons aren't taught with speeches or books. Sometimes they just stand on a street corner, wearing an orange jacket, waiting for you to notice.